All right, y'all, let's see if I can make this as quick as possible. I have had some people in Zindee Facebook group like reach out to me or ask me how I created the cupcake files, mainly for this one, I think, because of the way the frosting is. So I'm going to try to explain it, and hopefully I can do a good job. So I haven't actually messed with this function a lot, the combine, except for weld. But I just now started playing with it, and oh my gosh, I don't know why I didn't ever try to really mess with those. But they're a little bit confusing to me, so I need to try to get used to them. Anyhow, when you get your file from Zindee, I'm going to kind of try to explain it for somebody who hasn't ever ordered from Zindee. You'll get your acrylic blanks like this with the paper backing, you know, and then you just customize them however you want. But when you get your files, you're going to upload them into Cricut, and let me kind of start fresh. I've already been looking it up. This is the file for the Zindee cupcake acrylic, and this is the 2-inch size. Let me delete that one, sorry. Okay, and I'll kind of zoom in too. Okay, when you get your files, you want to make sure to not delete. Well, you can delete it once you're already used to this, but this black background piece, do not get rid of that. That right there is the actual size of the acrylic itself. Okay, so as you see, the file comes with the point going this way. I customized it with the point going that way. So in that case, all you have to do is come up here to flip horizontal, and now when I mess with my images, they'll match the acrylic with the way that I have it facing. So anyway, don't get rid of that back piece. You are going to ungroup your layers, and this one is just for reference, so that whenever you're customizing, and let's say you're, which I'm not going to change any sizing right now, but well, I guess I can. Like, let's say I wanted this for some reason to be a lot smaller, or you know, I'm trying to manipulate some of the parts of the image. You use this piece as reference because it's going to be the same size as your acrylic. So let me back up to where I could have just grabbed a whole new one. Anyway, that's the actual size. Now, since these are all still grouped together, I need to ungroup them. Now, for what I did, I don't need this, so I'm going to delete that. For this one, what I did was I created an inset. And I'm going to go with, I don't remember exactly what I did, so I'm going to go with 0. Oh, sorry. An inset means that I need a lining to form like on the inside of this. An offset, just a regular offset, would be that I need a border on, you know, around it. But I want one to be on the inside, so I need to make this number a negative, and I'm going to go with 0.020. And this will give me, see how it created an inset within the actual piece. Okay, but I need that to be perfectly lined up, so just leave it as is. and then select the two. Now this is what I haven't gotten used to, so I'm gonna try it. Normally I do slice, so if I were to slice this, did it do it? There it goes. If I were to slice this, then it's going to give me the original inset, and then the part that it cut into the back piece, and I'm left with an outline. But to avoid having this piece given to me, because I'm really not going to need it, I think that's what that subtract feature is for. So let me go back. Okay, so now I just have those two pieces. Okay, and if I were to grab these two, subtract, let me see if it works. There, it got rid of those pieces that I no longer need, and it left me with my outline that I need. Now, if you were going to be doing this one and you want your outline to be thicker, well then your inset just would need to be thicker than the negative 0.020. You'd probably want to do like 0.25 or 0.30 to have like a little bit thicker, but we can always thicken it later as well. So here I just needed an outline, and then I came over into images. If you don't have Cricut access, you will have to purchase these images. So just keep that in mind. You're going to search for cupcakes. And the one that I used was, let me find it, this one. I chose it because I want these swirl lines right here. Now you could search swirl and see if you find some that you think will be, you know, good to use. You know, there's several, but I'm just going to stick with that one because I already know that I liked how those lines are. So, okay, so that one's already selected, and I'm going to add it to my canvas. And then I'm gonna make it smaller. So basically what I'm going to do is I want these lines, these swirl lines right here. So I come over here to, oops, not images, sorry. Come over here to shapes and just grab a shape and put it over the other image. Now again, if I were to slice this, which is what I'm used to doing, hold on, it's not, there it goes. Also, let me mention this, when you do the slice feature, you can only have 2 items selected. So I can't do this, in other words. I can't grab all of these and slice. See how there's the function's not there, but I would be able to utilize these somehow. I don't really know. I'm gonna try it. So see, it basically, it subtracted those 2 for some reason completely. So I'm not used to those functions, but anyway, for slicing you can only have 2. So if I were to slice this, it's going to give me that part, which is what I need actually because it has the lines, and these I don't really need. Okay, but see, it left me with all these pieces. So I kind of want to should have just duplicated and created more so I don't have to backspace so much. Okay. Let me see if I can get this to do right. I'm going to send this circle behind the cupcake and just make it kind of where it fits almost the same size. I don't know that that really matters. No, actually it doesn't really matter because of what I'm going to do. Okay, now if I grab these two and come over here, I think it's this one that I'm supposed to choose. Let me try. Yes. So see, it took out the black image and left me, it basically like sliced into that black image and then went ahead and erased it for me, which is what I need, because now I have these lines. Okay, so now I'm going to come over here and just grab whatever shape, and I'm going to basically, I'm just trying to get the lines. So I'm gonna do this, and I think this would be the subtract feature. Yes, because I'm trying to just get to those two. Now you could just slice also. And then over here, I don't want to cut into where it curves, okay, because I want that curve, which is what I have over here. You see the curve? I want that. So I'm going to bring this to where I'm not taking away that curve. Now there's probably an easier way to do all of this. But I'm just showing you kind of like more or less what I do. Normally I use the slice feature because that's what I'm used to, but I'm trying out these ones here. Okay, so I've pretty much, let's see. Actually a square might help me get rid of that bigger. So I'm going to make this big, and I want this line right. Let me bring this way because I'm trying to just get rid of the parts of this that I don't need. That doesn't quite fit. Okay. Now I'm going to grab these, subtract. Okay, and I'm a little bit closer. Now I'm going to come right here, get as close to the line as possible so I can get rid of the rest of what's around it. Subtract. And then now I just need to get rid of this. Subtract. And then I need these. These are still stuck together, so I need those separate. So now I'll just go ahead and use the slice tool. I'm not sure which one I would need to use if I use one of the others. So now if I slice this out, get rid of this one, and I have the actual part that's sliced and the original. Okay, I don't need all three. I just need two. Okay, now here's the outline that we made. And here I'm going to bring this over here. I'm going to make it smaller. And then let me see. I'm lining this kind of, or like making it overlap on the blue part. Okay. And but you just want to pay attention to where your curve is going to be. And if you notice, hopefully you can see this. I don't know how much I can zoom in. If I were to weld these two pieces together, it would attach this gray line to the blue. But if you see that little point sticking out right there, then it's going to have that point. So I don't want that. So I still need to manipulate this a little bit. I'm going to unlock it and kind of just mess with it like this. Oh, that's still not what I want. And let's see if that's going to look any better. You just have to kind of play around with it, picture it in your head like how it's going to look. Okay, so that might actually be okay. Okay, so I have this overlapping the blue. Let me zoom in real quick so you can see that. Okay. And then I'm going to grab those two, combine and weld. And now, oh no, see, I don't like the way that looks. So actually let's undo that because this doesn't match up very well. So that's what I mean. You kind of have to pay attention to, I don't know how I didn't see that. Let me unlock this so that, okay. Let me see if that looks better. Okay, well that's a little better. I'm just kind of giving you the idea. So you want to weld that, okay? And then you're going to do the same thing with this. Just make it overlap. You kind of want it to sort of look like it's flowing the same a little bit. Now this one, because I made it a lot bigger, I'm going to have to unlock it to mess with like the width and everything. Sometimes this does not like to grab what you're trying to grab. I don't think that's, maybe if I just do this real quick. Man, it does not want to grab this one. Okay, so anyhow, you're sort of getting the idea, I hope. That's pretty good, but this part, I have to shrink it down a little. And let's see if that's, man. I did this a lot quicker earlier. I don't know why it's not matching up like I want it to. I think what I maybe need to do is I'm going to slice a little bit of this off real quick. me see. Excuse me. Okay, now if I unlock this, scoot this up a little bit. I'm just trying to make sure that where it's going to connect right here and right here, that it's not going to look funny. And I think that sort of looks better, but I want more of a okay, that might work. And then I'm going to weld, and there's the lining. Now you can be totally basically done with this, because if you think about when you go to cut this, all you would have to do is weed this outline, and your vinyl is, you're going to be left with these see-through parts. I played with it enough to get it, you know, to get my file to look like this, but really you don't need to do that. So let me move this one and I'll show you. Let me change this to pink. So if I come up here and I'm gonna make this bigger, because you have to remember that outline is not what you're going to need when this cuts. You need the part that's the filling. So even if you have this outline really close to the actual edge of the acrylic, it won't matter, because there will still be some space. So where the pink is at, that's going to be a gap from the edge of the acrylic to where the vinyl that you want to keep will be. Okay, so I would just kind of play around with this to size it about where I think I would want it to be, since I know that that outline is not what I'm gonna need. And I will unlock this and keep, you know, have the outline sort of close to like the edge, to where I'm just keeping in mind that this is the part that matters, and to where I'm leaving space, because when you do your top coats or your resin, whatever you use, you need a little bit of an edge. So you don't want your vinyl all the way to the edge of the acrylic. Now here you want to keep in mind, like, see, if I left that here, that would still be fine, because this outline is not what I'm going to have. It's going to be this piece. Okay, so that's actually okay if I want to leave it like that. And a way that you can tell if it's fine, which I'm going to bring this in just a little bit, is try to keep all your outline within the shape. Let me get rid of this for right now. And if you go like this and grab these two, come over here, and I think it was, if you exclude, let me see if that was the feature, yes, then you have more of an idea that now the white lining is the outline that you're not going to need. So that's now like as if it were erased. This, you see how you can tell how close it will be to the outer edge of your acrylic. So it helps you kind of visualize it a little better, to know that, you know, if you didn't bring this out too far, to where you're not going to leave yourself some space for your top coats or resin. So that's actually perfect right there. I'm going to backspace. So that just gives you an idea. I will, however, bring this up just a little. So now I would just be able to cut this, and when I do, I would just weed out the outline and I'll be left with the filling pieces. Now for this bottom piece, the way I got it like this is how it comes with the zindee file, which is, I think I had the piece over here somewhere. Yeah. Okay, so that actually cut off for me, sorry, but anyway, I was saying like you'll bring this up more, okay, and then, or I would, because you know I'm thinking of, this is my acrylic, how much edging I want to leave, and that would be that. And what you can do to still visualize a little bit better is if I grab, like say this purple piece and my outline piece, go ahead and weld those, grab these two and do that exclude feature, then I have an idea of this white would actually be my white vinyl, which would be this bottom part, okay, and so it does, you know, fit nicely in there. These black filling parts would be the pink frosting that's there, the pink vinyl, and I have an idea of, like, you know, how big it's going to be on the acrylic, and that I have some space here because this white part on these outlines are the spaces that are here, like in between the frosting and my outline there. Okay, so hopefully that helps. And that's it. Sorry if that took a long time. I just was trying to really break it down and trying to remember what it was that I did, because really the file, like for this, I had done this last year, so it was already saved. And then for the sprinkles, I just went into images and I searched for sprinkles, and I believe it was this one that I used this time around, and I just kept like 2 colors or whatever. And then for the hearts, I don't know, you could just search for hearts, or find one heart and, you know, create your different sizes. Same for circles. I just grabbed some circles. Let me see if I can give you the measurement though of what one of these is. Hold on, sorry, I have so much stuff in the way. Okay. Okay, and that is the measurement for the circle, so it's just 0.1 for the little circles that I used for those. Ooh, I'm super zoomed in right now. Oh man, it looks so dark. Okay, anyway, the sprinkle size, let me give you that too, but really it's just going to depend on what sprinkles you find that you want to use if you're going to do that. It is 0.12 by 0.03. And that's it. All right, hope that helped.